Hello, welcome to my channel, Faevoured Readings. I'm Kymmy, and today, in honor of my birthday, I thought that I would do a reading for all the other birthday people out there and their special day. I thought I'd go with the question of what will the next year of your life, possibly some of my life things will come out as well. What you're to expect. Before we get into it, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. If it's not, then you are welcome to click on other videos or search up other birthday videos as well that may have messages for you instead. As well as I don't do any personal readings at this time. If I do in the future, I will be posting, and I will never come into your DMs telling you that I need to do a reading for you. That's one of the tactics that scammers use. So make sure that you keep your money for your beautiful self. You worked hard, and or if you feel called to do so, there's many talented tarot readers out there who will be willing to do a personal reading for you. So today I decided, in theme of birthday, I'd pick out candles. So there's going to be candles, and I'm doing tarot reading this time. Give Rhapsodomancy a bit of a break so that I can do more than just one thing on this channel, get a little variety. So number one, pile number one will be this yellow candle. It's super bright in here, so I'm not sure if the there we go. It's a yellow candle, and it's matched up with the Waite Rider-Waite deck, and I'll be listing all the things below, the deck's titles and who they're by, and also symbolisms of what each color represents. So we have blue for pile number 2, and it's matched up with the Angel Messages Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. And last and certainly not least, as per usual, we have pile number 3s, and we have green for pile number 3, matched up with the Fairy Oracle deck by Rackham. Yeah, I believe that's who it is. And so yes, I believe that's all the disclaimers and everything that I need to do. I will be putting timestamps down below, and of course, if you feel like you enjoyed this message, give it a thumbs up so that other people may enjoy it as well, and the rest of the stuff that you normally do for entertainment, subscribe and have not whatnot. Alright, pile number 1. So it's 3, 4, 5 on the clock, so it feels like you might be going into the next step of your lives, which is, for birthday, it makes sense. We have yellow here, which symbolizes happiness, enlightenment, clarity, optimism, loyalty, and honor. So maybe I feel like that may be some things that are being brought into your next solar year, where the sun goes around once. All right. Right. May you be protected by benevolent beings and spiritual qualities to find what that will bring, what the next birth year will bring them. A year from their birthday, whatever that may be, as it is timeless reading. So I feel like it may be coming up soon for you. Some of you may be watching this early. But you'll get to be the star of the day. It's your birthday. Okay. What will the next birth year look like? Pile number ones, please. Yeah, definitely getting more enlightenment, intuitive, feeling your own energy. Definitely stepping into your own power. Yeah, you got the whole world in your hands. Well, it's not saying the whole, like the world, but your own world. You're feeling comfortable and abundant. The Emperor, you are really stepping into who you were meant to be. Like you're finally like working it out for yourself and which direction you want to go. Am I ready to do the hoppy hop there? Yes. Okay. So yeah, over the next year, it looks like you're breaking away from the illusions of feeling trapped and not knowing what to do with your life. You're finally like settling in and to the comfortability of unknowing what your story is going to end up looking like. You're just focusing on living that story and writing the next page instead of worrying about chapters. And each year is like a whole page pretty much compared to like a decade, and which is like a whole chapter. Doesn't have to be that way. I'm just using an example. It feels like you're taking the advice of breaking away from things that no longer serve you and may feel like you're trapped with the Nine of Swords. But you're even though you can't see what's going to happen next, you are walking towards it and finding enlightenment. And you sitting within your own power. We had the Queen of Swords, which is logical mind. You're using your logical mind and becoming more enlightened and moving away from things that maybe you feel like are chaining you down, making you feel bogged up in your emotions and not sure where to move up next. You're moving away from that with divine guidance. I always feel like that's the one spirit or chance or luck or whatever you believe in, deities are coming through to like give you a win, abundance of overflowing, and especially with the King of Cups there who's overflowing. He doesn't even need a top for his cup because he knows he will always be abundant. And having the logical mind to know how to cut those people off and know what your worth is, and using your logical mind to use this abundance wisely. Maybe in the past you hadn't, when you did have abundance, you may have not spent it wisely, whether that's like monetarily or even like energetically. You like had a lot of energy, but you didn't spend it on yourself. You were filling other people's cups instead of your own, or even intimately. You had quality time to spend with someone, but instead of spending time with them, you were stuck in your head and constantly overthinking, and you're moving away from that, it seems, for the next year from your birthday, whenever it may be, which is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to slowly work on getting out of your head, letting go of things that no longer serve you, especially with the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck is the overall energy, especially with the yellow candle, with the enlightenmentness and optimism, honor. So honoring yourself and your own needs, and optimism and finding clarity. It's just a lot of growth and also finding balance. Some of you may be into tarot as well, as with their scroll sets it on there, and so, or just spiritually enlightened, as I did say, enlightenment with the yellow candle. I also see a lot of abundance. Normally that I would feel with the King of Pentacles, which did come out while I was shuffling. It was one of the cards when I split the deck. But with the fruitfulness from the High Priestess and the overflowing of water in this image as well as this image, makes me feel like your emotions and abundance of all sorts is going to be coming through and blessing you in the next solar year for yourself. See if I have any. Some of you may be finding that you're a king or a queen or a goddess god of your own life, that you're your own sovereignty, especially with all the crowns, and you're learning how to step into that power and take I know it's usually with the Fool card, but take a leap of faith. Even though you may not be able to see the next step, just knowing that it's going to happen for you in divine timing, and letting spirit take you with the flow of the river here. So you may not know the steps, but you follow the river, and like when you're lost, what they usually do is tell you to follow a river and you will find your way to salvation. And I feel like that's what you will be working with spirit over the next year with. If you haven't already, you'll just be taking it to the next step. If you already have made it there, if you haven't made it there yet, this is what you will be expecting, is to be surrendering to the flow of the divine and finding your way to the fountain of abundance. I see a lot of butterflies in this, so there may be, and fish oriented stuff, so some of you may be Pisces, and a lot of birds and dogs as well. Some of you just may be helping pets, or you live with pets, or you do stuff with nature a lot, and that might be something you're doing, is getting in touch with nature more, especially with the clouds on her robe there, the clouds there, as well as the cloud here. So some of you may be cloud gazers, or just getting back into nature and finding that within yourself, your love of nature. I feel like that's what's going to be coming in for you if you haven't already started that, especially with and starting a garden. I see that like with the fruits and stuff, some of you may be getting into planting a little plant, whether it's just a small one on a balcony or a whole garden, or just going out and dubbing one tree out in your area is your tree that you go and visit and say hello to. So you might be swimmers with the fish as well. So that might be something that's getting back for you. I know I said that you might be water signs like Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. You don't have to be. You could definitely be any sign. You can be any sign and still love water, or you don't even have to like water for this to be your reading, as there is a lot of land and trees and whatnot in here, as I said before. So I believe that's all messages I have here. For pile number 1 says that you're going to be finding more enlightenment and trusting in the process of your own development. Oh yeah, right underneath this card was justice. So you're going to be getting the justice, whether that's actual justice or just, finally letting go of what's happened to you in the past yourself and find healing. That can definitely be one of the things, like clarity and loyalty and optimism, finding happiness within yourself and not needing other people's justification or validation in order to feel that, and not feeling guilty for being happy even though you couldn't bring people from your past with you. They were meant to be there for a season or a reason. So if they were there for neither, then it's time to let them go and learn that that was the lesson, was to learn how to just let go. Okay, I will still be doing these because I enjoy them. Reminds me of raffles when I was younger, and it makes my inner child happy. So that could be something that you could be working on as well for the next year of till your next birthday, if you haven't already begun that journey. Okay. Leon, Lion. I love the word lion. So some of you could be Leos, or just have, lions be important to you. Lions represent strength, so it could be a symbol that you're finding strength within yourself over the next birth year. I don't know what that means. I know people do it, say it all the time, but it's like eon. That might mean something to you. You might be into using text slang terms and stuff like that. It could be initials for anyone. I have Nikki, Zayla. Okay, I'll just let you all know, and you can come up whether it's a name, place, or initials and stuff like that. There is Z, L, N, I, O, or it's 0. The zeros in the circle, like zeros, the zeros and O's look a lot alike in this, so it could be a 0. I have the number 19 or 16, 61, 91, 1954, 45. Certainly doesn't have to be, but there's 1945, so it could be September, that's important. January 4th could be important. May 19th, May 14th, 1, 4, or 9, and of course April 1st, or 5th, or 9th, or 19th, and 15th. It's really up to you to decide how these numbers are important. So 6, 5, 4. Oh, 4, 5, 6. Like I said at the beginning of your reading, next stages of your life. So you're moving into a next phase. It could be an end of a decade moving into a next one. You might be going like from 20 into your 30s or 30s into your 40s. You don't have to be, but that could be wise that you're starting a whole new decade, which is a new phase of your life. And there's the number 1, and it could be a 9 as well. They don't really differentiate them properly. Yeah, that's all the messages I have here for you, pile number 1s. Happy birthday. Enjoy the next year of growth. It looks like it will be a positive one for you. Although, you know, just positive doesn't mean there won't be obstacles along the way, but I know you can make it through. You are strong and you've overcome everything you have already. And so yeah, if you enjoyed this, I will be making one again next year. If there's any other topics you would like me to go over, please comment below, or if you liked it, let me know as well. So, and until next time, remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. All right, bye. Okay. Pile number 2s. Okay, this, if you pick the blue candle with this cards, this is your reading. I'm gonna keep it here. I had to use it last time. Blue symbolizes freedom, intuition, faith, stability, confidence, inspiration, and sensitivity. And I don't find sensitivity a bad thing. It just means you have a really big heart, and that's a beautiful thing to hold on to, especially in this type of world. So let's get into it. It was 22 on the clock, so you may be seeing 22 a lot. It could be that your birth path number is 22, master number 22. You can figure that out on a calculator online. Look up life path number and it'll show you. You certainly don't need to have that life path number. You just might be seeing 2s a lot. All right, so you may be feeling over the next solar year, which is your birth year, into the next birthday, a sense of freedom and your intuition growing, and your faith of stability, confidence, finding inspiration in things to, like, you know, feel free, freeing yourself, you know. Let's see more about that with the cards here. Okay, can we get pile number 2's outlook messages for the next year of their birthday? And thank you. The Hermit. So you're doing a lot of internal just self-discovery, introspection, and mentorship. So you may be learning how to take that stability, and you're being inspirational to others by teaching them. So you could be teachers. You don't have to be. You could just be inspiring with the way you work and move yourself, whether that's in a job or just in everyday life. And the Sun. So success, recognition, and enthusiasm. Woo. Some of you may be stubborn. Some of you may be stubborn. Let me look at something here. Some of you may be feeling like time is running out, just because you're getting older, and that's not the case. You know, there's always time. There's always time. Okay. Yeah, the High Priestess. So it said intuition with blue. So you could be working on your intuition. Maybe feel like you're behind because you only just started getting into spirituality. That means it was just your time. It's always divine timing. And I know a kick in the pants to hear that, but over time you come to like accept it more, and that's okay to take your time with that as well. Wisdom and patience. Yeah, it takes time, patience. Okay. Messages for pile number 2, please, for their next birth year. Wishes, dreams, and happiness. So 9 of Cups, which is like a phenomenal card for that. Pretty, sitting pretty nicely for the next year. So this card wanted to flip out. Is this a card I'm taking? No, just pointing it out to them. So I have Renewal, which I believe is the Death card, which, no. Release card is Death card in traditional deck, which means endings, transformation, and it's release, and it's a phoenix. So you're rising like a phoenix. You're moving from one stage to another. Renewal, which reflect, evaluate, and rebirth. I'm just going to slide these back in here because they said I'm not supposed to be taking them. I'm just supposed to show. For pile number 2. Yeah, you're a star, inspiration, fulfillment, as well as faith. So, which was with the blue candle, freedom, intuition, faith, stability, confidence, inspiration, and sensitivity. Okay, hoppy hop. Hoppy hop. 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 Okay, let's see what we got here. Woo! Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh, yeah. Oh, shaka sha. Oh, there it is. This is so good, though. Over the next year, you are going through a huge transformation, whether that's because you're going from one decade to another, or just personally because you're finding spirituality within yourself. If you haven't started, this is what the next birth, from your birthday to the next birthday, is holding for you. So it says justice. You're finding fairness and the law of karma being on your side, and finding justice within yourself to balance things that may have been out of balance in the past, whether that be you were working too much and not having enough fun or rest, or you were having a lot of fun and no rest or work, or mix it around, whatever you were feeling unbalanced about relationships. Maybe you were giving more than you were receiving from others. That's coming to balance itself out. Especially where it says here with emotions of the Ace of Cups, which is Ace of Waters, which relationships, emotions, and intuition. Again, you're really, really going to be becoming more connected with your inner knowing and intuitiveness, whether that's gut feeling or back tinglies, depending on how you get it. For some people, it may be tingles up here. It's a little bit different from ASMR, but it's, nevertheless, you will be connecting with it more. Over the next year, it seems like you'll be, maybe for some of you, that unbalanced and unfairness had to do with your finances, with the Knight of Pentacles here, which means that you're making tangible progress. You are going to make tangible progress. So it may not feel like you're doing a lot or going fast in the next year, but trust me, there will be a lot of tangible progress. It says organized, responsible, and supportive. And look on her head there, she has a purple horse. Horse symbolisms loyalty as well as, you know, a noble steed, especially since uh, purple represents nobility for some people. So it's one of the symbolisms. The other one I usually go to is loyalty, but one of them is royalty. So you may be feel receiving, finally getting a vehicle that you wanted that's reliable, and it's going to take a lot of responsibility and organization, but it will help support your family more. It doesn't have to be a car, it could be a new appliance or anything that you feel like it's been lacking for a while. Some of you may be flying in order to do this progress, like work on your relationships and stuff. Some of you may be traveling for it. With that, that could be another thing. Like you may be paying for going on a ride. The reason why I said flying is because you can see back there. Hopefully, you can see the geese, or it look like geese, are flying. Some of you may be flying home or on vacation. Uh, that could be something that's coming up here for you in the next year of your birth year. You could be traveling, whether that's far distances or short distances. You could be getting a vehicle. You don't have to, but that's just something that came to mind. That was the old, reliable, noble steed. I have Awakening here, which is in the traditional deck known as the Hangman, which means that in order to, like I said, tangible progress, it may not feel like you're going very fast. And it says here pause and perspective and selflessness. So, like, taking a moment to see which direction you need to go and taking it slow pace. Like if you wanted to get a vehicle, you know it will take time to save up, and you gotta make sure you have enough for insurance, get your license, get the insurance, make sure that the mechanic looks over it. This is only just car example. It doesn't have to be if you're looking to move to a home, or you need to look up the markets. You need to know what prices you want. You need to have someone check over the home, bank loans, stuff like that. Take steps. With what I said, there's steps coming into your life. That might be what the steps refer to. No, I still got it. So some of you may be looking for relationships, because come up twice: relationships, intuition, and then again with the Lover's card, which originally was known as the Choice card. I love that it has two males on here loving each other. It makes my heart warm. It says relationship, emotions, and choices. So yeah, they have it on here as you may have to make some choices. Like if you are looking to find a new home, you'll have to choose between all those different homes, which home you want. If you're looking to start a job, you have to figure out which one you want. If you're starting a business, you have to figure out, okay, well, what's my business name gonna be? Do I start, what kind of format do I want it on? Do I want to create my own website? All those different steps, but you'll have tangible progress as long as you have patience and takes time to self-reflect. You'll find fairness as well. For over the next year, I feel like this is from your birthday to birthday, this is what's going to be coming for you. So a whole reflection, reevaluation, and rebirth. It has here with the renewal, which I can't remember what it's supposed to be in the original deck. Because I know there's one death card and it could possibly be the Judgment card, but don't quote me on that. I'm just gonna go with symbolisms and what it says here on the thing. I wonder if it's in the book. You want to know it? I don't have to know everything. I'm learning. And maybe that's something you need to know too, is that, you know, you don't have to know everything in order to get started. You can just learn as you go. You're never going to feel 100% ready for things. I had to learn that myself with this. I didn't feel I was going to be ready, but I had to take a chance on myself and get moving. Releasing judgment. So I'm going to take that as it is the Judgment card, but still don't quote me. It doesn't say in there. I tried. But back to the symbolisms, though, with the angel and the horn, it reminds me of Archangel Gabriella, depending on which lore you look into, is female or male. It doesn't matter about gender, regardless. Moving on. Archangel is the archangel of water signs. So you may be a water sign. You don't have to be. There's earth and water here as well. The message in the Bible, it's just a quote. You don't have to believe in that stuff. It says, do not be afraid. And that's the message I'm trying to convey here, is do not be afraid to get started. And to rebirth. So you're birthing your new self. It's a new year of you. So you're birthing a new year of you, a new page within your life. And it says here with transformation card, which is technically the Tower card, which doesn't always mean bad things. And I love that I have it here too, but like, see, once you reach the end of something, you just start over again. And I love that it had the little sand timer. There's also a monarch butterfly on there too, which also symbolizes transformation. So realization, life-changing, and liberation. Boy, oh, you want to just run around and pounce? Go right ahead. Don't mind that. The kitties are a flouncing. He's trying to taunt his sister into coming over because he's like, hey, I need you to come here, and then pounce. So, you know, he's got patience to know what he wants to go after. So maybe that's one of the things you'll be learning over the next year, between your birthday and the next, is that you will know that it takes patience to pounce on your dreams. I love that. Pounce. And that you'll be divinely guided, whether if you don't believe in that, then your support team will be there for you over the next year. I see a lot of abundance for you as well with the flowing green trees. Some of you may have gone through a lot of stuff in the past with your relationship that you still need to work on before moving into the Lovers card one. Take some time for perspective and a pause. You may be moving too fast with relationships. And need to take some time with it. Find justice and fairness within yourself. Find realizations. Because I see here with the lotus flower, they usually grow in mud and take a while, and it seems like you're getting out of the thick of it, the mud, and finding your way, with tangible progress of this transformation from um, one part of spirituality into the next, enlightenment, and freedom, finding your freedom. So you may have been in a relationship for a while with the relationships here and choices, and it may have like kept you in the mud for a long time, and now you're out of that, and maybe you should take the time with the hangman to evaluate and come to a realization on what didn't work last time for you and what you're willing to accept this time. And that's maybe something that you're working on over the next year until you're from your birthday to your birthday, because you'll still bloom and it'll still happen. If it's meant to be, it won't pass you by. And like your happiness hasn't taken, it won't pass you by. It's always constantly in flight, waiting for you to take land. But I love how in like the confirmation is that there's still sand, so it's showing you that you still have time. You don't have to rush things like relationships. You don't have to rush your relationship, especially with yourself. You can take time with yourself. And I love how it shows inside of the hangman. It's on its side, literally telling you to take your time. Don't rush into anything. Don't rush into a business. Don't rush into a relationship, a new job. Make sure it's truly what you want and what you need in your life for your happiness. Tangible progress is, if it's, you're worth waiting for. So if it's not willing to wait for you, then it's not meant for you. I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm saying it. And don't be afraid. You will find justice and love in the end. So yeah, that's what I have here for Palmer 2's birthday readings. To, as per usual, get some readings. It was 4244 on the clock, so you may be seeing 4s or 2s a lot, or 444. It's also 143 on my time. So you can see. Yourself wants you to know it loves you and that it wants to get to know you more, and for you to fall in love with yourself every day. I hope I didn't knock any of these away with my gust. Lashed like wind. Is that everything? Okay. Now the word Zoe, Tori, Holly, double 3, you birth master number 33 could be your numbers. It doesn't have to be 5s, and 3s could be important because we have 1 5, which could be a place thing, or 6 and 3 and 36 could be important. There's a lot of other names here: Courtney, Brittany, birthday, coat, coated. Oh, maybe you're putting on a new coat, like a fresh new set of paint to your design, your personal design. That's what I'm getting with coat. Some people with bit, some people might feeling like they got bit behind because of you leaving them, or that you're moving on and being happy. Let people be bitter. It's not your shame or guilt to hold on to. That's just them projecting onto you. Just don't accept that. Be like, that's not my responsibility, and I release it. As for names, Tom, Courtney, David, Braden, Brandon, Brad. Some of you may be becoming a dad. TNT. Don't be so upset with what you didn't do or haven't done yet. You have plenty of time still to do that. For initials, they could be, since I have the N sign, or it could be a business name. Now C-O-D-D. Some of you might be becoming a CEO of your own business. This could also be a 0 as well. So 30, you could be turning in your 30s, 35, 50, 33. Could be your age as well, or birthdays like May or March. So 3350 CDDTSIB. So if there's any letters or confirmational words that I didn't come up with, you're certainly able to claim them as your own. I enjoyed this. Happy birthday, pile number 2s. I will be doing another reading like this next year. If there's any other thing you would like confirmation about, let me know below. Give me a thumbs up, and I, as usual, eat, hydrate, and have fun, and I'll see you in, you may be doing that, so drink responsibly on your birthday. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye. Pile number 3. It is 4722 on the clock, so 22s might be important to you. It could be your master path life number, master 22, or your birthday to be on 22 or 4th. It does not have to be, but it is something you could be seeing a lot of too. We have green and the Oracle deck, Fairy Oracle deck. Then this pile's for you. We have green, growth, renewal, spring, and rebirth. So some of your birthdays could be in spring. It doesn't have to. You just might like spring. You don't have to either. It's just maybe some people out there, and that's their confirmation for them. In the next year, you could be working on renewing yourself and creating a rebirth of your spirit and personality, and finding growth and prosperity with monetary, which always reminds me of green as well. Pile number 3s. Next birth year, please. Can you show me what their next year from birth date looks like, please? And thank you. Next solar year for them, please, and thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Some of you may be feeling like everything for you is falling apart. And then usually when things fall apart, you can regrow, right? You know, as the fall is over and winter is gone, then spring brings about new life. So even though you may feel like things may have fallen off or fallen apart from you right now, you're going to create something even more beautiful in its place. You know, you deserve to have the next chapter of your life. It could also mean that it's just going to be a hectic year for you, or that things are just going to fall out of your life that's no longer serving you. Okay. Now, if that resonates, then I guess I'm just really not into shuffle right today. Whoop. Now I'm Mile number 3's next solar year birth. What's coming up for them? Please and thank you. Looks like you may be having, you know, either working with your inner child, or you could be chasing around an actual newborn or toddler that you're working on. It could be their birth, their first year that it could be getting through. That's why all the stuff's getting knocked over and everything else like that, trying to make things baby proof. Of course, that message won't be for everyone, so let it resonate. And if not, then elect your free will to decide for yourself. 1, 2, doop, doodle, boop, boop. Sweet. Some of you may enjoy helping the bees or work with honey farmers and stuff like that, leaving out your like yard and gardening. You could be working on your garden or gardening your own your life, gardening your own life, you know, taking out the weeds that no longer serve you, planting seeds of things that you would like to come to fruition, like starting to eat better, or, you know, going outside more to connect with nature, talking with your friends more to build strengthened bonds, cutting off those who are toxic, or at least enforcing boundaries. That's what I get here from this card. Which is 15. We do have the card number 22, so I definitely think you are seeing 22. We also have 33, so you could be life path numbers. You can calculate online that whether master number 22 or 33, which are healers and diplomats. That could be something that you're working over on the next solar year. So we have 13, which is like, it seems like in the past you were fighting off, yeah, like I said, you're fighting off the demons of your past. And I want to say bats. Bats are super cute, so some of you maybe love bats as well, love the unloved. Maybe you're working on yourself because in the past you felt like the unloved, and in the next year you're learning to find love for yourself, which is a rebirth of your soul, as I said, and growth as a human. So maybe you feel like before people were against you, and you're removing those people from your life so that you don't have to feel that way anymore. I did say before that some of you may have had a child, so it's going to definitely be different for your next birth year, because you're focused more on being a parent, especially with the cradle here, and having guests over. Less likely to have guests over for your birthday, or it just might be a different feel about it with people coming over in right here with the 2 elves speaking and on the sleeping baby. But yeah, I feel like you had some people in the past really sticking up their nose at you and making you feel like you're beneath what you are actually worth. So I think in the next year from your birthday to your next birthday, what you're finding out for yourself, pile number three is 5555 on the time, which means a big change, is that you're going to be finding your worth. And you know, whether or not people are supportive of your parenting tactics or whatever, thinking that they're better than you. Nobody knows how to raise a child. There is no manual. So if anyone thinks they know better than you, probably don't. They may have experiences, but nothing is ever going to be the same because they are not the same human. They are not the same babies. It's not the same years. It's just not the same. And that goes with everything. It doesn't have to be a literal baby. It could be a fur baby, plant baby, your business. Your business might, it's your business from babies to CEO stuff. It's your business. You're starting that business. You're taking up that study. You're like them telling you how they passed a university course or high school course or whatever type of course, or just self-learning, and they're like, oh well, I learned this way and I know. It's like, that's great. I don't learn that way. There's 4 different types of ways of learning. There's 1,000 different ways to become an artist. So some people, if you're trying to become an artist and that's your baby, or if you have a car and people are like, oh, this is how I kept my car pristine, and it's like, great, wonderful. Your car came off the lot. Mine is used. You can't relate. They're not the same. These are all examples. So there may be something that you find that is your passion, that you like, your self-healing journey. Even if people have self-healed before and been like, this is how I got sober, or this is how I got through my dark night of soul, it's not going to be the same because you're not the same. So you're learning over the next year, pile number 3, is that to still have fun, while learning to love yourself, learning to love the flaws within yourself. If you felt like you were flawed in some way, you're learning to love yourself regardless, and surround yourself with people who like you for you, and to really be turning away these people who are looking like with their nose up in the air and thinking they're the queen and like knows everything. But does she really? Does she know how to hold her own, like her own dress? Does she know how to light her own way? No, she has people to do that for her. It doesn't have to be gender specific. The person you're dealing with could be male or non-binary, or yourself. It's like, the only thing that the person's doing in there is like orchestrating all these other people, and you want to be the person who's orchestrating yourself. You want to show off your passion and and your family, because I see the red here reminds me of it. Like, your passion could be the company you keep, whether that's your soul family, your actual family, your friends and stuff. You want to keep around them and be happy within your own passion, even if the people, and that might make people who are jealous of you make snooty remarks like, who are they to be happy about their passion, and they're not doing it the way I did it, so I would, like, so how dare they be happy because it's not the way I said, you know There we go. But yeah, I see that you're gonna be like finding that within yourself over the next solar year, that regardless of who may stick up their nose at your ideas uh, towards your goals or your dreams, that you can do it regardless of them being in the sideline watching you be happy. They get a front row seat to your happiness. Like, they could have been happy too by minding their own business and working on themselves, or just being happy for you. You know, everyone deserves a time to be clapped for. And I'm very proud of you, pile number 3, for, standing up for yourself and cutting off those who aren't supportive, or even if you can't, then speaking your boundaries and telling them, no, I don't have to listen to that. I have dreams. I have my own way of doing things, and that's just your matter of opinion. And loving the unloved parts of yourself, and finding a rebirth and renewal and coming into your spring, coming into your spring, you know. Keep saying so I'm hoping you do. I'm sure it's resonating. Gotta believe in myself too. Come on, Kim. Okay. But yeah, everyone may not be supportive of how you live your life, or turn up your nose and think that your dream is, out of reach, or your style of parenting, or your way of going about making your dreams come true. They may not be able to see your vision, but I feel like in the next year, between your birthday to your next birthday, you're gonna be like totally pulling it off, and people are gonna be watching you. The people who said you couldn't do it and like turned up their noses at you and thought they were the only ones who deserved to be clapped for are gonna be looking over at you being happy. Or they won't be there because you cut them off from boundaries, and that's totally valid too. That's all I have from the cards. That's all intuitive messages. So if there's anything that didn't quite click and you wanted to find out for yourself, you could always look up the Oracle Fairy numbers and definitions online. Hold on a second. That was number 13, 15, 17, 33, 31, 22, and number 19, just so you know. I've been trying to trust my intuitive messages. Unless I find help, I'm not planning on going to the book, as it takes a lot of time and throat. So I'm just going to trust my intuition that it resonates with what I see on the pictures. If you're willing, if you're wondering or wanting to be more inquisitive and look it up, then you may certainly do so online. Number 3, please. Those babies. Okay. So I have the word think with exclamation point. So don't care what other people think. It's something you're going to be learning how to curb, as the kids say nowadays. Swerve. You're going to try to be removing that from your life, caring about what other people think. You're just going to be like, let it roll off the shoulder, kick back, turtle, It's one of the songs that came to my mind. You're just gonna like smooth past it and just live your dream and be happy, regardless of whether people are bitter and petty. Play. Remember to play and have fun. So I have the numbers 6, 4, 7, 2. Oh, it's double 6 or double 9s, which means an end of a new cycle and beginning. Double 6. So these could be birth times, dates, phone numbers. You could be seeing them a lot lately, or they're just symbolize someone you know or yourself. So that could be July, June, February, or April. 42, 24, 26, 27 could be your ages. 67 or 76, you never know if you're on the page. Thank you. Of course, any age. 42, so, and like, you know, these could be initials as well. T, N, K, H, P, L, Y, J. So yeah, those are all the messages. I didn't get any particular names for this piles, but that doesn't mean that they're not there. I listed them so you can scroll back and listen again if you want to find out. Thank you so much for coming through to my birthday reading, as it is for my birthday as well. I wanted to do it in honor of it. Happy birthday, pile number 3s. If anyone watched from the beginning to the end, thank you for watching my readings. I appreciate your love and support, as well as I enjoy reading all of your energies and finding out what collective piles are going to be working through, and knowing that there's beautiful people out there who I can put my hope in meeting someday. Oh, not in particularly you, but you know that there are good people out there. There's something I was missing. Yes. Remember to like or subscribe and leave any messages down below. And remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. All right. I will see you again in my next video and another birthday reading next year. All right.